In for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night.
I'm playing with pins, and that was perfect. You're right on the monies.
I usually just read it from a script just so I don't fuck it up because I have zero confidence in myself.
I have zero confidence in myself, but that was beautifully done.
And you didn't even participate.
No, because I probably would have messed it up. So
I don't even think you know it yet.
I don't. I was already messing up even reading it. So what makes you think I'm going to
It was like the second episode.
It?
The second episode we tried to have him do it and it just didn't.
It was just that one word just throws me off.
Gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night.
I want to say gives you an excuse to
stay in for it, but not to just.
Yeah. See, I want to flip them.
I mean, just as long as they're in there, I don't think it's a problem.
I think it is a problem because it's not spot on perfect. Has to be
as
perfect.
We all realize we're not perfect.
No, we are perfect.
Fuck.
We are Little Miss and Mr. Perfect.
Ms. and Mr.
Ms. and Misters.
Oh. That was weird. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Hello, Bobette.
My name is Katie. What's your name? I'm going to wait for all 15 of you to
Nelly.
All 15 listeners.
Lala.
Just kidding.
Fifi. I have a lot of names today. Which one do you want me to be today?
Whatever you want to be.
Okay, Nelly.
You want to be Demon Spawn.
She is Demon Spawn, isn't she?
Diaz.
You know she's sitting underneath the table.
Just plotting her, like...
No, she's not looking at me. She's looking at Lala. That she wants to murder her.
She's going to take one down with, like, her little nail, and she's going to...
Freaking evil cat throws up all the damn time. Evil. No, it is Lur, like always.
Lur.
I
think it would be funny if you just had a shirt that said Lur, and they'll be like, what is that in reference to?
And I'm like, Tyler. They're like, oh, I get it.
Because your short name is already short, and so you go by Ty, but, like, nobody ever thinks about the...
L-E-R part?
The opposite.
It's left out. I know.
It's sad.
It is sad.
It's very sad.
That's when we start going by Lur.
I think that from beer pong, that's what you need to do.
I know, right? Every time I'm like doing singles, you'd be like, what's your name? Lur. That means I got to change my Facebook. I got to change so many things.
I mean, you can just go, that's your, like, alter ego. Beer
That's
pong.
my drunk name.
Lur.
Like, what's his name is Wilmer.
Yeah, and another person's name is Meatloaf, which...
Oh, yeah. Mine can be Lur.
Okay, Lur.
There we go. But I'm not drunk right now, so.
You're just drinking some ginger ale.
I am. I don't have any alcoholic beverages.
How was your week this week?
I
mean, you do have wine upstairs, but.
That's true. It is peachy. It's my off week, but then start new schedule next week. So we'll see.
Hopefully you get some people to. What was your schedule again?
Friday, Saturday afternoons.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully I get some people, but if not, then, just have to work 5 days, which is going to suck, but whatever.
I mean, but...
At least I have Friday, Saturday off.
Yeah.
So that's pretty dopage.
Just get a bunch of field trips.
Okay.
Just do it.
But how's your week?
Good, it worked. And then mom and Abby came, and my sister was working. Like, my birthday's in June, as you all know. You should know. And so my sister back in June said, oh, I'm making you a present. I did not realize that. I thought about it like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, my sister said she was making me a present, but I guess that's just out the door, whatever. It doesn't matter. So come to find out, she has been working on it for the last like 4 or 5 months. And it turns out that it's this, like, Frozen, the movie, my sister bought this castle, like a toy castle, and she literally created me a haunted house, which was really cool.
And it's freaking cool looking, too.
Dope. And so...
you got to put it on Patreon so people can see it.
Right. I can just probably post it on Facebook, the Patreon Facebook page. Anyway, so I'll post those pictures there because it's just really cool. Like, she put a lot of thought and energy and effort into it. There's a lot of details. Like, every time you look at something, it's something you didn't notice before. Mm-hmm. And it's really it's just really cool. And I was not expecting that. And she's like, I hope you like it. And I'm like, well.
So that's why they came.
Well, that and.
Can't really ship that, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been broken, but
100%.
my sister was going to originally come and babysit when we went to Cancun, but we decided to cancel that trip. And so she was going to set it up while we were away because she was going to watch the dogs. And nope, she just brought it with mom, and they stayed one night and drove.
Not even a night. I mean, it was a night,
But they didn't stay for more than 12 hours, like 24 hours. It was literally like a 12-hour turnaround.
12 hours, because they got here, at 10 or 11? They left by...
No, they got here at 7.
Oh. And then they left by... Well, it was over 12 hours then.
Yeah, just a little bit. But
left by like 12.
Well, we were trying to do stuff, but it's Labor Day, so we couldn't go any place that they wanted to. And I was like really kind of excited about the Restore. Because that's...
I've never been there.
Neither have I, and I think that's where we could buy some cheap stuff to like update the house around. Maybe we can get some flooring.
Well, yeah, they have flooring there.
Great.
Because we need to do our floor.
Because Arrow fucking did a huge hole in the bottom of it.
In the carpet. Well, we wanted to change it out anyway, so now it just rushes the process.
Yeah. But overall, that's the week. That's my week. Didn't do too much. 3 days off, thank goodness. But then I start back tomorrow.
Funsies.
This is back-to-back meetings all week.
That's gross.
It is. It's obscene. But, it's just, I think it's just this week, and the next week is going to be normal.
Sure. You say that all the time.
But it's like some weeks are easier than other weeks, and I actually can get stuff done in between. But it's just like I've had back-to-back meetings like last week and then now this week, and it's just people keep on packing it in. They keep on taking my time, and I'm like, you know what? I feel like if you have 4 hours of meetings, you cannot add any more meetings unless you get their approval.
If you have 8 hours of meetings, you can't have any more meetings.
I know. So I'm trying to maybe start constituting a rule or something where people, if you want to have a meeting, they're already packed out. You can't just keep on adding meetings because like then they take my break. And then I'm sitting here, I'm like, it's my lunchtime. And they're like, yeah, but we need to talk. And I was like, we can choose a different time. If we need to talk so urgently, then...
Yeah, put your foot down, babe, because that's ridiculous.
Anyway, but that's it. That's my week. I'm just...
Meetings.
Literally meetings, like back-to-back meetings. And I'm like, I looked through them all, and I was thinking to myself, are any of these meetings, can I just dispose of them, cancel them, just not go? No, like all the meetings this week, I legitimately have to participate in.
That's sadness.
But
that's sadness.
Anyway, I missed no meetings Wednesday. So if anybody is listening to this and I work with you, no meetings Wednesday.
No meetings at all any day.
Then it would be pointless for me to be a manager.
No, it's not. You can have one meeting a week. That's all you freaking need. When I was at Papado, we had one a month.
Yeah, but the managers probably had meetings.
Yeah, they would have like their little powwow, like beginning of a shift type thing, but they wouldn't have like meetings for like 20 times a day like y'all do. That's freaking crazy. I would not be able to do that. Like I need my time to do stuff like at work. I mean,
oh, play your video games and sit there and
not if I was doing your job. I wouldn't be playing video games. No.
Duh. Anyway, that's it. That's my week. That's your week.
It is. So now meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Potatoes and meat. I mean,
what kind of meat?
Important, meat or potato? I think the meat probably is
because it's protein. Potatoes are starch, but what kind of potatoes? Mashed,
loaded potatoes.
So sour
bacon,
cream,
cheese, sour cream,
chives, jinx, personal jinx.
You want me a beer?
No.
2 beers.
No.
Gin and juice.
Wow, you're black.
Gin and juice. So yeah. Potatoes and meat. Damn it. Meat and potatoes.
You just did that to yourself.
I did. I did.
All right. So, did you all watch the movie?
I did.
Really? Good job. You did your homework.
I did homework. Do I get a cookie?
Do you want one?
Oh, we didn't buy any, so I guess I don't get any.
No. I'll give you a measured out meal plan.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
This is going back to my roots. It's in Korea, but do you want to read it?
That's all you. I'm probably going to be some extremely hard words in there.
No, it's all...
Oh, when you get to the names.
Are you sure you want me to do this? Okay.
Give me that.
I was like, this is your one task that you can do, because I do everything else.
So, I just see the picture of the guy hanging. I was thinking of the other one that was on the video that fell.
Dumbass.
We'll get to that. So hashtag #ALive. It is a thriller drama, and then we have a 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. Oh, look at that. 88% on Rotten Potatoes, and then a 3.1 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
I like how we keep on getting different ones every single time.
The first two are the same,
but Letterboxd might
third
be...
one is like always different. Usually.
Maybe Letterboxd is the Korean ratings, possibly.
I don't know. We have to look it up. Let's see. So, and then 76% liked this movie, Google users. And, well, I don't know if that will change if we liked it, but, so... Synopsis.
Penis Pinay.
Hashtag #ALive is a 2020 South Korean zombie film directed by, I don't know how to say that. I'm just going to say Cho, starring Yoo Ah-in and Park Shin-hye. See, I'm going to fuck those up. Sorry, people, if you're listening or if you ever do listen.
You're doing your best.
It is based on a 2019 script Alone by Matt Nyler. Oh,
this rhymes with Tyler,
who co-adopted his script with Cho. Release date was June 24, 2020, South Korea. Director is something Cho. Screenplay Cho and then Matt Neeler. And the box office was 14.7 million USD.
Damn, that's pretty good for a Korean.
It's not too shabby. I am not even going to attempt those names.
Okay, let's attempt the names. So we have Oh Joon-yu as Yoo Ah-in. We have Kim Yoo-bin, and her name is Park Shin-hye. Lee Hyun-yuk is Lee Sang-chul. John Bae-soo is Masked Man. We never learned his name.
Oh, yeah.
Jin So-yeon is Elena Kim. Oh Hae-won is the police officer, and Lee Gyu-ho is the infected burly man.
Infected burly man?
The big guy that came in.
That broke through the refrigerator?
Yeah, that was fun. Great.
And you said those names perfectionally.
Probably not, but I
did
live in Korea for 5 years.
It was a lot better than I did. So
if I can't pronounce at least some people's names, actually, like Yoo-bin, Ju-yu, Oh Ju-yu. That's his name, right?
I don't know.
Oh Ju-yu.
The main guy?
Yeah.
The scaredy cat?
Oh Jun-woo.
The pansy? People will agree with me if they saw the movie because he is a pansy.
Stop this and go watch it. It's on Netflix.
Free on Netflix. Just as long as you're paying for it.
Yeah. Like everybody's names are backwards. So like they put their surname first and then given name second. So when he was saying Oh Jun-woo, it's spelled different. He spelled it weird.
Well, her name is Kim. In the movie, it was Kim
Yoo-bin.
Kim Yoo-bin or something like that.
I can spell that in Korean.
I cannot. And no one can see you, so...
I'm just spelling it out my name. And be like, what's up? I was talking to somebody and we were just chatting, and they were talking about, give me a random thing about you. And I was like, well, I lived in Korea for 5 years. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And I said, they're like, can you read? And like, we're talking about languages. And I was like, yeah, I can read Korean, whether I know what it means or not. I don't know. But, yeah.
At least you can read it. I lived in South Texas for 8 years off and on.
You can't even read English.
Lick of Spanish. So I could read English. Thank you very much.
Anyway, so we're going to get into it. So this is a Survivor movie. Mm-hmm. And our main character...
#ALive.
I'm just going to call him Joon because I hate the double names. So most of the time, most Koreans will go by their just one name. So like... Yoo-bin will probably go by Yoo-bin, but like men who have like double names, so it's like Oh Jun-woo, he'll go by Joon.
Okay, so Joon and Kim.
Well, Kim is her last name.
Okay, well, it's the only one I can pronounce, so.
Yoo-bin. No, anyway.
Sound like a guy's
So,
name.
This movie, I enjoyed this movie. This is like the third time I've seen it. In
like a month.
Yeah.
Well, 2 months.
It's something interesting. And it's definitely something that can happen because in the movie it commented about how they because the apartment complexes are so close together that it was easy to contract this. So it's very true. That's like if you watch the movie and you notice like the apartment complexes, that's how Korea looks, like Seoul. It looks exactly like that. So the apartment complexes are really like you have a small apartment, they're very close together, they're high rises. But the thing is, what's really cool about it is ironic that fucking Korean architecture engineers can figure out how to make it fucking silent. So if you see, you can hear people walking like through the hallway, but when people are in their apartments, you cannot hear
Good.
anything.
It's soundproof.
I had a really cool apartment back when I was in Gangnam. No, not Gangnam.
Gangnam
Cheonan.
style.
Cheonan. I had a really cool apartment because I had these huge, like 12-foot windows, and I had a loft, and it was just really cool that. And so, like, but it was like that style, but there was a courtyard in the middle, but it's like it's open to everybody. Like, they have little bars on the windows as well.
Oh, I thought
and
you meant bars, like alcoholic beverage bars.
No.
And then you said bars on the window. I was like, oh, never mind.
Bars on the window. They have metal doors, and everything is like the number code thing. Mm-hmm. That's how.
So I think they had number code.
Yeah.
I think at least an 8th floor did.
They had number codes, and then they had like keys. So the guy had a key. You can do it both ways, but what the apartments I had, I didn't. I had only one set of keys. But interesting. Anyway, so we open up with Joon, and he is this video game guy.
He's a gamer.
Yeah, but he has subscribers, which he probably makes a lot of money.
So he's a streamer. He's a video game streamer. I mean, it doesn't say how many. Damn it, subscribers he has. Wow,
that was a struggle bus.
Words are hard.
Words are very hard.
He was trying to get more people to subscribe. I cannot say that word today.
Subscribe.
But yeah, he's just a video game streamer.
So that's how he made his money. My question is, he lived in an apartment. It was, I think, a 1-bedroom. It was relatively small. I wonder if he lived with his family.
I mean, he had pictures of them. I don't know if they lived there or not.
Because then when he was drinking his dad's booze, he was like, sorry, Dad. And he drank it.
Yeah, they might all live together.
Maybe it's like a 2 or 3 bedroom and we just only saw part of it.
There's no way that can be a 2 or 3 bedroom. It seemed pretty small.
But it's a small apartment. But a lot of times, like, families will have like 1-bedroom apartments, and then the parents will like roll out their pallets or something. It's weird.
Or maybe they all sleep in the same bed.
I don't think so. Did you see his room? It was like 1 bed. He was like sprawled all on top of it, and then he had his
it could be like it could be a 3-bedroom, but like small bedrooms.
But his is pretty big.
Normal size. I don't know. I don't think they ever showed a parent's bedroom, so I'm assuming but he said that I should have went to go get groceries.
That doesn't mean so.
I don't know.
Because he said for you, like on the note from his mom, here's some grocery money for you and your sister. And I'm just wondering, that just was like, to me, that was always a question. Did they all live together, or did he just live by himself? And usually that's really, men will live by themselves, but women will live with their parents until they get married.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a confusing part. I don't know if they all lived. I mean, but the liquor thing, like, why would his dad liquor stash be there if he lived by himself?
Right.
So they all had to live together. Maybe it was his turn to get groceries and he never did. So then the parents went out to do it.
No, his parents were going to like his dad's office or something.
No, they were getting groceries, babe. But they ended up at the dad's office because the zombie apocalypse happened.
It's crazy how fast. I want to know who was the first instigator of the zombie apocalypse. Like, what happened?
Yeah, they don't explain that.
On the newscaster, when it first started, they were talking about how, like, the dust. Cause in Korea, there's something called yellow dust season, which literally is yellow dust that surrounds Korea. And so I'm thinking it had to do with the yellow dust.
I mean, they did say you start bleeding from the eyes when you change, so.
That's gross.
But it's like, I don't know. They don't really explain. I mean, they do need to change the subtitles on that freaking movie because they will go extremely fast. So it's hard to catch everything. For y'all who did see that, like, we had to pause and rewind like multiple freaking times.
Because we couldn't read.
Because they were like extremely fast. Like, I read slow, she reads fast. And the only thing she can
I couldn't
catch
get
everything.
through it. I just kind of guesstimated what was like.
But yeah, they don't. There's some things that are kind of left out, like our little minor one, which is like, did the family all live together? And then secondly, if like how the whole thing started, because he just woke up and was like answering. Oh, he was playing video games with his friends, and then all of a sudden, like
There's noises, and they're like, "What the fuck? What the
yeah.
fuck?"
So then he gets up and turns on the news, and all of a sudden it's like, bam, like shit's going down. So it's just like out of nowhere, like literally 30 minutes after he woke up. So something had to start, and then they only said it was like 50,000 cases at the end.
Well, Seoul is like Korea's not very big.
Well, they said worldwide it was 50,000 cases.
Nationwide.
We're nationwide, worldwide, same thing.
No, it's not.
Same thing.
I'm gonna pause
Same freaking thing.
because I want you to realize you're wrong.
I want you to realize you're wrong.
I'm never wrong. So it's just like it's a mass level of chaos, but it's kind of weird because people are running around, and I'm just like, if you're in your apartment, like the apartment building, that's where he was. That's where everybody was running in the courtyard, kind of thing.
Well, people were running out of the apartment building.
But I don't know why they would do that.
It was like a train, like the one where Kim was. It was like a train of people running out.
But why would you leave your apartment? I would just be like, deuces.
Maybe they were trying to go up to the apartment, and it was like all hell broke loose, like maybe on the first floor when they were trying to get to their apartment. They're like, fuck. And they just ran the other way. But that was dumb because now they're going into like the meat and the potatoes of it.
Meat and mashed potatoes.
Meat and loaded mashed potatoes because they just ran to the courtyard and just.
There's a melee down there.
I just like the that's so sad. The daughter like seeing the mom.
The mom comes out with a meat cleaver.
And
of
the
all
mom's
things,
but walking slowly, and they hug the daughter. I thought the mom was gonna start eating the daughter, but it was the other way around.
That's funny.
That's sad.
But like her outfit is very the epitome of Korean outfits because she was wearing a sweater. Like in Korea, they don't show shoulders. Like they find that a sign of disrespect. Like back when I was there, so it could have changed since then. Mm-hmm. But they would wear short ass skirts and like.
That makes zero sense.
I don't make the rules.
I don't show my shoulders, but I can show all the legs.
So one time it was snowing and this girl, I forgot what I was doing. I was walking somewhere and she was trying to shovel in like 6-inch heels.
Trying to shovel
the snow.
Why the hell would she do that?
Because she needed to. She was
not in heels.
I don't know. It was just really funny because she was trying to push the shovel in like this short mini skirt and 6-inch heels.
That's saddening. Trying to look good, even shoveling.
I mean, hey, like you do you, boo boo. But so we talk about the woman with a meat cleaver. That just makes me laugh because she didn't even use. She didn't use it. She dropped it, and then there's like a new weapon down there. And so people who are being attacked, I would have been like, "Oh, weapon! Let me just grab this for a second."
But the meat cleaver wouldn't be a good weapon though, because like
it's
if you
short range. I know
short range, but also if you get that stuck in a zombie's head, it's stuck. Like you're not gonna be able to get that back out, at least quick enough to use it again, unless you're just that strong. Like bink, and then take it out. I don't think so.
Chop off everybody's heads.
Oh, okay. Like, is that sharp to where it can just chop off a head? And
I mean, if she is the Korean mom, I know she is, she will have sharpened it.
Pretty sure not, because I'm pretty sure she was not ready for the zombie apocalypse or for her daughter to eat her neck. She just was not prepared.
She was just hugging her. She's like, "Oh, everything's right with the whole world."
I love you.
And then there's like rainbows and birds dancing, and then all of a sudden it goes dark.
like
clouds come in, and
it's like that movie scene in The Mask where Dorian turns into the mask himself, and it's just like
dun, dun,
this
dun.
dark, spirally, electrified cloud comes down. That's what happened to that mom.
Yep.
But she just saw it a little bit too late.
I like how we're dwelling on this like 10-second clip of this mom with a meat cleaver.
That's kind of sad. Like she comes out with a meat cleaver, then like hugging your daughter, like happy time, and then you're like,
Mom.
Who's gonna eat each other? Like someone's gonna. But then the fact that like no one attacked them either, like that was another thing.
Because I think the little girl, like, because everybody else was not zombified yet. So,
but there were zombies running around.
But they were like, but then like the women were like pointing at like the monster girl on top of her mom, and they were pointing at it at them, and then they were like somebody was trying to pull her away, and she's like, Okay. And like ran away.
No one tried to pull them away.
No, there's there was a part. I can show it to you.
Show it to me later. But no one, I didn't see anyone because I was
I don't
looking
think you were
dead at the girl.
You were looking at them, not around like the things around. I was looking at the people around.
I would have seen someone try to grab.
No, like they weren't like right next to it. They were like a couple yards away.
Oh, so they were fake grabbing.
They were like they were trying to help. Yeah, they wanted to help. That was a struggle, man.
You're a struggle.
You're a fucking struggle. Okay, so when this all is going down, this kid, Joon, you need to grow some brain
couple
cells.
Of pairs. Oh.
Wow.
We were going two different ways with that.
So he needs to grow a pair and some brain cells.
Yeah, even Kim was calling him stupid like
moron
multiple times.
Well, she's very smart and very athletic, but
he's like smart when it comes to like electronic shit. He's socially awkward, like you.
I'm socially awkward?
Yeah, a little bit.
Great.
That's what you always told me. Now all of a sudden it's changing.
Unless you want to talk about ghosts or serial killers.
Yeah, it's just hard to start a conversation with you. I was even scared at first. I'm like, oh, should I text her?
I love the fact that everybody's scared of me, which is hilarious.
Well, I didn't want to get cussed out,
I would have murdered you.
Or that.
But like some people are like somebody legit told me I was joking because like he said something and I couldn't hear it. And I was like, "What'd you say to me?" He's like, "I'm so sorry, Katie. Like I didn't mean it. Like it wasn't bad. I was just fucking with him."
No, you're being serious. Don't lie.
And I was like, "I'm just fucking with you, dude. Like don't worry about it." And he's like, "Oh my god, I'm actually really scared of you."
You probably make him piss his pants.
I hope so. That'd been funny.
Juno needs to grow some brain cells.
Right now.
What were you saying with that? And now continue on my pairs of balls.
We'll do that later. But so if somebody's not like, if there's a zombie apocalypse, don't open your fucking door. Don't.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do it.
So that was one brain cell moment. Actually, he had like 3 within like 10 minutes or like 10 scenes.
Because if you don't know what's happening, you want to kind of see what's happening. But he was looking out. Do you know what that balcony is called?
Peephole.
Do you know what that's called? That little balcony he has. It's not really a balcony.
Like on the balcony side or like the front door side?
What balcony?
I don't know. It's a fucking balcony.
It's called a Juliet balcony.
Well, those are terrible balconies. So
they are.
Would never have an apartment like that.
Well, I mean, that's all you have.
Because I would feel like I'm going to fall through. That's the same balcony they had in the hotel in Bahamas.
No, the balcony that we had in the Bahamas, we could actually sit on.
No, not ours. The one across, the Atlantic one.
Oh,
but like
yeah, those little tiny baby.
I think the shut down part of Atlantic or whatever. Because they were
Assholes.
all rusted.
We wanted to go to Atlantic and cross over and get some fucking cash so we could pay people gratuity, but he wouldn't let us. That would have been a 2-minute walk and a 2-minute back.
And it turned into like a 45-minute walk.
Fuck off. All right, so he's dumb.
So yeah, that was one brain cell moment, and then the second brain cell moment was the cop lady was getting eaten,
and then he started screaming
instead
at her.
of screaming like when they were like pouncing on her. He waits until she's already been bitten like 50
There's no
times.
point to even do anything. I would have been like, "Ooh, sorry."
It's like you're watching her this whole time, and now all of a sudden you want to start screaming. Like, should have did that a little bit ago, bud.
But now they know where you live, and
the fat man came.
But
I will give him some props on that one, though. He, like, grew a pair of brain cells and was like, how can I do this the quickest way? Crawls over it and lets the guy flip over and kill himself. So that was pretty smart.
That was really smart. I'm just shocked that he has the muscle strength to get himself back into
he did weigh, like, $120 wet, so.
Yeah, but, like.
The guy was, like, tiny.
He was very skinny. He's very small, but that he still had the muscle to get himself up.
I mean, they didn't really show him get back up, so he probably had help. like cut scene, or like, all right, come on, bud.
There we go. Look at you.
Look at you. You did it all on your own.
Really, thanks. He got really excited, and he's like, ah.
That's why they sat him like sitting there looking, and he's like, I'm stuck here, guys. I need some help.
But how it was like the apartment under it was he could like easily climb. I think I could do it.
No, there was like glass or plastic or whatever.
Because that's
right
the
there.
Sliding doors.
Yeah, he was on that sliding door.
I feel like, I don't know. I give him maybe like a 50% chance to do it by himself.
Maybe. I'd give him like a 20% chance.
You have no faith in Joon.
I do not. Surprised he wasn't eaten.
But yeah, he should have gotten eaten. When he let that dumbass guy in, and it's really creepy because the guy was like, "Hey, are you alone?" That's like the creepiest thing you could ask anybody.
I would have stabbed that fucker in the neck.
He should have.
Just right in the neck.
Because then that fucker.
Like, right when he heard, he's like, "Oh, they could change later on," and like the nut and sign is their eyes start turning red, and he had a knife to the guy, and his eyes start turning red, and he just sits there and stares at him. So he had 4 brain cell moments.
I feel that's like humanity still, because you want to still have faith in humanity. So you're like, I'm not going to stab you.
No. 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 That's how you get eaten. And he almost did.
But then he pushed him out, and then that big zombie.
The big dude fucked the other guy up.
Big boy came out.
So he had a friend. Oh, but then the big guy tried to eat him later.
It's okay.
He helped him out in that moment, so it was all good.
Great.
Jesus, that guy.
Scratch or bite. So my question is, you get infected, but okay, so somebody got infected, but they didn't get bitten, so they had to have contracted the disease first. I'm going to keep on going back to this because I want to know what happened. Like, what fucker created this disease? Like,
probably in a lab, like everything else.
But I'm just wanting to know, because then that person had to whack out and then bite somebody else.
Of course.
And then it's...
Mm-hmm. And obviously people are going to be like, so they don't know what the fuck is going on. It's like, hey, are you okay, Bugs? They just look like they're cracked out or something. And then they start fucking full speed running at you, and you're just like, holy shit. But by then it's too late. You're already getting your neck gnawed on.
But I want to know if somebody was like badass enough, like this person was about to attack them, and then they just stab them or something through the head, and then it would have like eradicated this whole problem. It was like a 2-minute movie.
They probably weren't just walking around with knives in their hand.
I do.
You do. But the majority of freaking, I guess, Korea doesn't.
No, they do not. They very
exactly.
much do. You know, like, what is a discrepancy? So I, again, lived in Korea for 5 years. The police do not have guns. They do not have any weapons of any kind except a taser and a billy club.
Well, there was only one police officer that had a gun. The other 2 that started chasing her didn't have
the
one.
only people who have guns are usually the military bases. Usually.
Well, maybe this woman got a gun because she was getting chased by zombies. We don't know where she came from.
Very true.
She was just like, and she only had a 6-shooter, so.
That was like the worst gun you could ever bring to a zombie apocalypse.
And then she was trying to refill it and drops them all.
So that's the same thing. Like with The Walking Dead, what Rick Grimes has a fucking 6-shooter. And I'm like, that is the worst gun. Worst gun. Because you know what? Like, after 6 shots, guess what? You have to take a second, put them back in, and do 6 more.
But it's easier to reload that than it is unless you have a mag that's already like
completed.
That's already like packed in, however you call that, loaded, I guess, whatever. The 6-shooter is a lot easier to load.
Yeah, but it takes a lot more time.
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. It will take more time to load the 14
a sword,
one.
People, get swords.
Machetes.
Sure, we have both.
Or an axe. I think an axe, because it would be easier to pull it out than a sword.
Maybe.
No, for sure.
I need to get a bow and arrow. I want to learn. I want to do archery. I want to learn to do archery.
That would be good. That would be good for a zombie apocalypse. No, crossbow.
I don't want a crossbow because that's hard to reload.
Well, yeah, that's true. Bow is easier.
Bows are easy.
Compound bow.
That's hard. Have you done a compound bow and arrow?
I want to.
Those are not
Just gotta have some strength. You got some upper strength, babe. You're not pansy. You're not like Juno. It's okay.
I like how you keep on changing his name.
Joon, whatever.
Joon.
He's a pansy ass.
You're so mean to him. Okay, so let's kind of move on because we keep on talking about that police officer with her gun.
I was already way past. You kept going back to it. I was at the end already.
You're like, it's done. Hey, guys, it's finished. We hope you liked it. No, just kidding. No, because then, so he's kind of freaking out because he's waiting for his family to come back, or
no, he gets a call,
message.
Voicemail, and that's when he's stretching over the thing to hear it, and he basically sounds like to him hearing them get like killed.
That was when he was drinking.
And
But like, you watch the video of that dude who lost his grip, and I'm like, don't be a dumbass. Don't do stupid shit.
Yeah, I would not do that. I just had to listen to the voicemail later because those rails do not seem very like
sturdy. But that's like asking for your death. Mm-hmm. Like you literally are hanging outside, and somebody's taking a video of you on the side. And then you watch him fall to his death. And I'm like, you don't even become a zombie. Like, you could have survived, but you didn't because you're stupid.
Yeah, dumb. I mean, at least he didn't fall, but it sounded, because then, that's at the end. I don't want to skip to that already. But, so I don't know if his family was killed or not. I'm pretty sure someone got hurt, but I don't think they were, because you just hear the mom screaming, like, help, help, help. But
yeah, screaming,
we don't know what
and
happened.
It's like, oh, God.
And then he just starts crying and going ape shit and starts breaking shit. But
so he broke his TV, which was his, like, outsource to the world. And I'm like,
oh, that's why they didn't hear about what was happening.
Yeah.
Well, then at least he met Kim when he tried to freaking kill himself. So she saved his life. But then
called him a moron.
Yeah, she called him a moron because he's a pansy moron. But then she's fucking hardcore, though.
She's okay. So I want to know at what point. So by this time, it's probably about 20-ish days in. So Joon was by himself for about 20 days. And so was Yubin, but she's been in her apartment. But how she built her apartment out, it's like, it has booby traps. She put a tent out there. It's like a bunch of shit around. And I'm like, at what point did she realize maybe I should make a booby trap?
Maybe because she didn't think she was strong enough to move the refrigerator like he did. So she booby trapped it instead, which it worked. I mean,
it did work.
It captured that dude in a chair, and then she axed his head. So it worked.
I don't know what she did with his body.
She probably threw it back outside or threw it over the rail or something.
Oh, that's smart, probably.
Probably over the rail, because I'm pretty sure she's smart enough not to open the fucking door. Unlike Joon.
Unlike Joon. But it's
idiot.
like actually a good balance because she's smart and athletic and he has gadgets.
And he's a gamer. He's good with Yeah, so he's like, what movie is that? So he's like Stewie from Family Guy.
Wow.
I was trying to think of like a movie, but I didn't want to be sitting here like, So I was like, Stewie. That's the closest one I could think of.
He's like Batman.
Well, yeah, but Batman's also a badass. He can actually fight and body slam people. Joon is...
He has a golf club.
Yeah. He has a fucking gun that's like bent to shit by this time. Well,
I feel like a golf club would be the worst weapon. Like, I don't know. I know he didn't have a lot of options, but at the same rate, it was... I feel like a golf club is just too thin.
It is too thin. Like, that would not have lasted. Like, especially the way he was using it, like, all the time, that shit would not have lasted.
I wonder how many golf clubs they had to go through because, like, on movie
probably
set.
Quite a few. Because, like, but at the end, by the time you see him, it's, like, all bent up at the end. It's, like, mangled, but he's still fucking whacking away.
Like, on the back, I'm just going to hit you until you stop. It's like...
But Kim was a freaking badass because he was asking, I think he thought that she was going to jump across or something like that.
I think he was expecting her to climb down instead of just rappel.
Yeah, she fucking
down.
What is it, MI3 that shit. And then
he's
just,
like, you sound old.
And then he was just like looking at her like with these bright eye or wide eyes, like, who is this person?
And he continues to watch her as she like.
That's what he did with back to the cop again. That's what he did with the fucking cop, just watching. And he's doing it.
What is he supposed to do?
Help her. She's down there fucking fighting 50 zombies by herself.
Talking about the police officer.
Oh.
What is he supposed to do with that? He can't do anything.
He could have yelled.
He did.
Distracted. Yeah, when she was eating. Anyway, so he at least jumped down and helped Kim. So thank heavens for that before she got eaten. But she was fucking zombies up.
She was. She had that little pickaxe.
Pickaxe for like mountain climbing.
But yeah. But then like she met him. We have to kind of go back a little bit.
Oh yeah, we do.
Because we just like jumped
when he went like looting.
So he called it. I'm gonna do some farming, which is hilarious because it's kind of true. But like he has very limited options because the doors have the key codes, and so he had one option, and the guy that.
I mean, it turned out to be a very good.
So he got Nutella, peanut butter, and then there was a zombie in there, and I was like, yeah, he said his brother was in there. And there was a girl in the bed. So
who said his? Oh, he went to that.
That guy's, yeah, the guy who was in his apartment, and he was like,
He has a blue shirt. That guy had a white shirt on.
it was his neighbor. Like, it was his neighbor. It was his neighbor. Because
okay.
he said next door. And so he went to the next door one and he found some stuff, which apparently was a really good loot because he got walkie-talkies, he got
Yeah, they were like mountain climbers, so they had like all the good shit in there.
Yeah.
But he also was, because he was like, oh, I'm so happy I found this, instead of taking what he needed and get the fuck out of there. He was like getting super excited.
And he got a jacket, which I guess he needed a jacket, but I wonder why he didn't have a jacket.
Yeah, like that was
already.
his apartment he was at. He didn't have warm clothes.
See, that's like the baby part of Korea. Like if the moms would always take care of the kids, and so go get a jacket. They call them pullovers.
Maybe his dad took his jacket.
Yeah, let's just blame the dad.
I mean, he had a hoodie on, so I don't know why. Maybe it's just like a really nice name brand jacket or something like that, even though it looked thin as shit. So
yeah, it was like a windbreaker.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's like a
so
mountain climbing jacket, so it probably is pretty warm if you're on the mountain.
It didn't seem warm at all.
But I would have grabbed some more shit from that place, just like the ropes,
Well, I'm pretty sure he would have, but every time he found something, he got super excited. It was like, oh yes.
I mean, if you haven't really eaten in 20 days and you found peanut butter and Nutella, I feel like you would be just like him.
I don't think so, because I also got to be watching my back for fucking zombies eating my ass.
My question is, they're living, in Korea, the main state, do you know what the staple food that everybody eats?
The noodles thing.
No. Rice.
That was my second choice.
So rice. So rice is something that they have buckets of. Not joking. Every family has buckets of it.
But you have to make it.
So he had a pot and he had a pan.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
He stole it. He had the kerosene lamp that he stole from the...
Oh, I didn't see that part.
But my thing is like, at least you could have eaten it like raw. Like...
Eating rice raw?
Yeah, it's crunchy, but...
Ew.
If you do what you got to do.
No. Ew.
But and then they have kimchi. They have a shit ton of kimchi hanging out. I'm surprised. I'm like sitting here thinking this is not a true Korean.
Well, also
household.
kimchi. It was 20 days with no electricity, but that kimchi's not gonna be good.
It's fermented. It doesn't matter. It's like pickled shit.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to risk getting sick. Like
you know
that.
what? Do you know how they make it? Everybody, I'm gonna teach you something. Okay, so they have kimchi making day. I don't remember when it was, but they have these huge ass pots that they would put all the shit in, and then they would put it on top of their roof so it would be heated by the sun. That is how they made kimchi.
Okay.
Outside.
Okay, that doesn't mean it still lasts forever.
It lasts for a year because it's like a huge pot, and they eat that all year.
Okay, well I didn't know that. I guess it's good to eat outside, rotten, I guess.
It's fermented.
I know now. I wouldn't risk it, but...
You ate kimchi before.
No, I haven't.
I gave you kimchi. We got it from Whole Foods or someplace.
That's probably different type of kimchi. That's not like your...
Possibly.
Good kimchi.
I don't really like kimchi a lot. I like the cucumber kimchi.
I always wanted to get kimchi fries in Austin, but I never did.
Those are pretty good.
I heard. Like, that's all freaking what's his name would talk about, who lives in Cali now. I can't remember his name.
John?
Wow. No. He was
Paul?
from Austin.
George?
Whoopi Goldberg?
Ringo?
Gringo?
Ringo. John, Paul, George, and Ringo.
Arrow?
Wake him up. They're all dead right now. Dead asleep. So he watched like this newscast before he destroyed the TV, and I put a star next to him near it. Thing I didn't like about Korea was everybody's a noisy eater.
Oh yeah, I did not like that
commercial
part.
where the guy is eating the ramen and he's like, it makes my ears
and then
bleed.
he does it.
And then he does it, and it's just loud, and I don't like it.
This guy is like eating food like he's having sex or something like that. Like, it can't be that good.
Well, that one's pretty good, but he was eating it, and he hadn't really eaten a meal in how many days, so
There's other important stuff to be worried about.
He wanted his ramen. Clearly.
But, like, he must be a fat kid at heart because, like, food was just like finding $1 million on the side of the road. That's what
Yeah,
it
because
seemed
like if you don't have food, that is going to be worth a lot more than $1 million.
No, I'd rather have $1 million.
I would have. Yeah, okay, you're dying of hunger, and you'd rather have a
Fuck
suitcase of money.
Suitcase of money. I can buy all the food.
You have less brain cells than Joon. Like,
no, I have plenty of brain cells. I wouldn't have gotten that excited for food. I'm like, oh, badass food. Yeah, let's go. Let's find some more. And then
but you have to realize he's probably like 20, 22.
Or 12.
You're 12.
Minus 30,000 brain cells.
Because he plays video games all day, and he lost them all.
That's him, not me.
Blink, blink.
Cricket.
Cricket, cricket. So, yeah, that just, whatever. You know? Like, noisy eaters, you need to chew with your mouth fucking closed. Fuck.
Slurp all day.
Don't be a moron. And so then he has, like, he's talking to her. I think that's really cute. It's kind of like a date where they're making noodles together and they're making it the exact same. And she's like, are you behind me? I thought that was funny.
No, he pours his water out. She keeps the water.
Well, no. Not like, that's different. But he was like, oh, do you add sesame oil? And she was just about to pour sesame oil in. And she was like, what's happening? Looking around herself. And so it was kind of like a cute little date. And I feel like that was their first date. And it's like internet dating, except apocalypse.
Do a zombie apocalypse. They have to do what they can do.
And it's kind of weird because if you think about it, they probably have seen each other like in passing in the hallways or something. Like,
no, because they're in two different buildings.
It circles around.
Oh, I didn't know it circled around. I don't think so.
Because it's like a U shape.
Oh, maybe. I mean, he didn't seem like he's seen her.
I don't know. They could have seen each other. I just feel like it was like meant to be. Oh, it's a love story.
I mean, it kind of is, but they don't like make out at the end. So,
but I'm like, it's just kind of weird. I want to know if they should do like hashtag Alive #2 and just talk about them as survivors.
They might, but they're already saving everybody, so I don't think they would. They didn't leave it open to make another one.
A lot of movies do that, and then they still come up with 2s.
Yeah, but no, maybe, possibly.
Like Jurassic Park. There was like 20
It's
of them.
dinosaurs. You can always make more dinosaurs.
Literally.
Always make more.
So she's like, zombies start running. I don't know why they were running, though.
Yeah, I didn't understand that part.
Because he's like,
either.
oh, it's raining. Go get a bucket. Go get a pail. And she's like, a pail.
Because no one was making noises. No one was banging on anything. They were just running for no fucking reason.
It was weird.
And it was like every floor.
Every single floor, there were zombies running across.
Besides the 8th floor.
Besides the 8th floor. But I think they were just really lazy and they didn't want to climb the stairs to get to the 8th. That's why they like stopped at like 6 and 7. And they're like, fuck this. There's nothing up there I'm going to get. So that's why it was clean.
Yeah, but I still don't understand why they were running. That didn't make any sense. Yeah, it's an open-in area too.
Maybe
but they were running, so
maybe somebody in a different apartment made noise or something.
It was never heard, at least on our end, like us watching. There, because I think it was in both buildings too. Like they were running on her side and his side. They were just fucking hauling ass.
And then she was the dumbass who made noise.
Yeah, she got scared and dropped something.
She pushed like
her table or bookshelf,
whatever, over. And so then she's like, they're outside. And he's like, shit, I can't. Right? He legitimately could not do anything.
He did. He asked what unit she was, and he called the floor.
Well, that was smart of him. See, he got a brain cell back.
1, but he still has like missing 6.
True.
That was like his one thing that he helped with. That was legit. Oh, and also when she tried to throw the tennis ball across and...
He was like, ooh, I have a drone. How many drones does this guy have?
Yeah, he had 2. I think that was the last one. But, like, he took the string over there, and, like, that was a lot better option.
Since you're a gamer, his name is Morris62. Does that have any significance, like, to you at all? Or is it just a name?
It's just a name. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know why he would give himself Morris62, because he's Korean. Morris is an English name.
I just was thinking about that. I was like, maybe you know it. It's like connected to a game or something that I just am not aware of.
That I know of. But I don't I mean, he was obviously playing shooter games. I don't play shooter games.
Yes, you do. You play shooter games all the time.
No, I don't. The only shooter game I play is Hunt Showdown, and that's not the same shooter game that he plays.
That's
He
like
plays
you play a vampire
Call of
game.
Duty type, but it's not a shooter game. I shoot spells. I don't shoot guns.
It's still a shooter.
No, it's not.
Anyway.
Not even close.
But yeah. So the zombies are going to attack her, and then they were like, okay, I guess we have to jump down. Which, to me...
They were trying to get to the 8th floor, so...
I get it.
But they could have just climbed from where they were.
Right. They were already like halfway there because they were on the 4th floor.
I think they were higher than the 4th floor.
No, they were on the 4th floor.
Because she would look up like 2 floors, and it would be like the 8th. I think they're on like on the 6th.
I really think they're on the 4th.
Okay,
but
4th.
Because I saw it like where he was, there's a thing, and then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, 4th floor.
And so they jumped down, and I get that they wanted to meet because like they were kind of on opposite ends, but I was just like, okay, now you have to jump down, fight all the zombies that are down there, and then run into it, and then bite through the zombies in the building to go to the 8th floor.
Maybe the only way to get to the 8th floor is to take the elevator. I don't know.
Possibly. It might be like the penthouse suite or something.
Maybe I don't think they would be able to like maneuver up the balcony like that zombie was doing. I don't think they could do that.
Can we take a minute to talk about that firefighter zombie?
That dude's a beast.
He was just like climbing up like nothing.
He was fucking holding on one hand, like fighting off this drone,
like
just hanging on.
Godzilla.
Yeah, like that. He was pretty beastie. He deserves an Oscar.
He deserves to eat her.
He almost did. But then he turns around and gets his hand chopped off and then falls to his zombie death.
Rest in peace, zombie.
I mean,
firefighter.
he what? So I guess he gets a brain cell for that too because he was like using a drone to like distract it and until she woke up.
He balances out a little bit. Like he may not be this. I think as the movie progressed, he got into survival mode ish. I said ish. High-ish. Because he's very, I feel like, I put this down and I said, it's like, take someone who doesn't know basic skills and ask them to survive.
Yeah, definitely him.
And so that, you bring this person in who doesn't know how to survive or like really ration his food, which he did a poor job of. And it was just like he could have survived longer without this, like her aid, really, if he just really thought about it and didn't fucking dump over his water. And
also eat all the food in one fucking sitting.
Right, because every time he would eat, like since she gave him like a granola bar and some, chopped Getty and something else. She gave him something like a bottle of water or something. He was like just mowing down on that fucking granola bar, and I'm like, well, I would have cut it in half and eaten a little bit, and then like.
I mean, you can eat the whole granola bar, but like save everything else. Like, just eat one thing a day or every 6 hours if you can or something like that. I mean, you're gonna probably starve yourself a little bit, but you need a ration. No telling when you're gonna. And then get more food.
They made like when they did their date, they both like had made 2 things of fucking ramen. Like they opened the chopped Getty and then he put some different ramen on it. And then I'm like, I want to hit you.
It's your food, yeah. They didn't have that much water, so you make as much as you can right then and there.
That's true.
No point in waste, especially him because he pours it out like an idiot. Then he poured
the water out, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make rice later." And I'm like, "What fucking rice? Like, where was this rice?"
I'm sure it was somewhere. They just didn't. They're not going to show everything, babe. We can't have all the details that we want.
I want the details, and I want them there.
Well, then
where's the kimchi?
Cho. Contact Cho. I can't help you.
Cho, write me a letter. In for the night, 69@gmail.com. So, yeah. They help each other out, and then they escape. And now they go to the 8th floor, which... Yeah, nobody's on there. I wonder why not any zombies were on there, but then all of a sudden they were there.
Because they were making fucking noise.
True.
And then
but then when you get to the 8th floor, what was their plan?
And plus probably there's no zombies on there because that guy was feeding people to his wife. He was like, "Oh, it's been a few days since she's eaten, so I'm glad y'all are here." Mm-hmm. I just wonder how he poisoned them. Like what did he Well, I guess
he drank the water too.
So he must have put it in certain glasses and gave them the 2 shitty glasses, and he kept the glass that didn't have.
Or he just has a high tolerance for whatever he gave them.
Or that too, sleeping pills maybe.
But that
because they did have a kid, so they probably were like up all night, so he had to take sleeping pills, possibly. That does make sense.
But sleeping pills don't do that. Like Joon passed out.
I'm sure some do.
Maybe.
I don't take sleeping pills. I have no idea.
I take sleeping pills all the time.
Maybe it was something else, but he gave him something, and at least Joon woke up. But another brain cell moment. He should have just shot the guy in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Instead, he throws the gun on the ground and dies for the freaking
I have to
belt.
bring it back to humanity mentality, because he's like, I don't want to kill you kind of thing. Like, we're the last survivors. Like, I don't want to have to kill you.
That guy obviously didn't give a shit about killing them, so...
Well, yeah, but it's he's a young kid. If you ask somebody, hey, I need to kill you, like, I'm going to shoot you kind of mentality, it kind of is a snowball effect. Well, it's just going to get worse, and everybody's just killing each other no matter if you're zombie or real.
Good.
So I really can understand why he's like, I really don't want to kill you. Like, just stop being stupid kind of thing.
I mean, it's already too late. What is he going to do? Pull the freaking belt and get his wife off? Like,
yeah. I want to know how he constructed that too.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
That was pretty. That man.
Nice.
Did you see how much food he had on those counters? Like,
no, I didn't pay attention to that.
He had a shit ton of food on the counters, and he had he must have gone.
He's probably and then where did he get
these smoke bombs? Like,
I don't know what he did for a living, but he was something important, I guess. I don't know.
Guess so. He probably looted the apartments around.
I would assume so.
But
that's probably why there wasn't any other zombies on there until they started.
And it was really clean too, so that makes a lot of sense.
You know. But at least they got out of that, and then they, of course, shoot the guns off, and Kim kills the wife and him, and then I guess they weren't realizing, like, oh, hey.
Maybe big noises will attract all the zombies.
Attract all the zombies instead of using knives because they're in this dude's apartment. Sure, he had other weapons that they could have used, but no, we'll just use a gun instead. So now they're having a horde of zombies come at them. And what is their first instinct? Let's kill each other because we're still human.
It would just been funny. Because remember the movie, I think, is it The Mist?
The Mist, yeah.
Where the dad has to kill
that
him.
Was
ran
rough.
Out of bullets and then he
that
killed.
Might have to be one of our movies now because he literally killed everyone in there, and all of a sudden the military shows up, and then it's like, oh hey, he thought it was cause I think it was a tank, and he thought it was one of those monster things. Mm-hmm. And he looks out the window all fucking scared, and all of a sudden his tank's going by with all these people and survivors and military. And he's and he just starts crying. He that literally was murdered everybody. A rough part right there. Killed his kid.
We're already talking about it.
Yeah, I know. Whoops. Yeah, that was a rough one. But yeah, I was like, don't fucking do this. Don't fucking kill each other. Y'all. Oh no, they didn't. Oh, the guy said that there's supposed to be some survivor crew coming by. Just kind of give it a little bit. But then the zombies really never got there, though, because once they heard the helicopters, then they're like, "Oh fuck, let's get to the roof," mm-hmm. And they ran out, and there's one zombie there.
But then was this the bicycle part? Yeah, this was the bicycle part where
when they're on the stairs. I'm saying when they first walked out the guy's apartment door, there was only a couple of zombies there. The horde wasn't there yet.
So they had a little bit of time.
They had plenty of time.
But then they constructed this cart with a fucking chair on it, and they pushed it, and it did nothing. So they wasted time making this stupid cart.
Well, it was kind of pushing shit out the way. It was kind of if they would have had knives on it, that would have been better. But I guess they didn't probably have time to do that. Her little contraption thing that she had. Yeah. I think they were trying to do that, but...
They didn't have enough time. But they wasted time making that and want to know how long it took them.
Well, it's better than just running out there bare ass.
I would have ran out there bare ass, and I would have been up to the roof first, and then I would have leveraged that fucking ladder in the in between that little pole thing.
Babe, we're talking about Joon here, okay?
Oh, that's true.
Remember, he doesn't have a lot of brain cells.
Yeah, but Kim is there.
She ran up first. She couldn't lock him in. She ran up first to go get. He let her he was blocking the zombie so she can go up there first to get the helicopter.
Yeah,
so I'm talking about.
I'm talking about running out of the apartment, not going to the roof right away.
They didn't trap the apartment. You said put the ladder. The ladder was at the top on the roof.
I know. I'm just saying.
I'm so confused.
So instead of wasting time constructing the cart with the chair on it,
we were past that already.
I wasn't. I'm dwelling.
Oh my God.
So
it was a freaking it was their linebacker move, instead of them running out there, they're both 90 pounds. They're not gonna be able to like
I
knock
like how
over
June
these.
started at 120 wet, and now he's 90.
Now he's
pounds.
90 pounds. Like they're not gonna be able to knock these zombies, even though he did flip one over the railing.
Why didn't they just do that with everybody?
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure that was like his one and like
Only
hero
good,
movie.
like-
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to keep flipping zombies over the fucking thing.
I mean, that would be funny. That's just like, in like Street Fighter when you only do one move so you can win, or like
That
Mortal
was his.
Kombat.
He had the golf club and the fucking throwing that one zombie over the rail.
Oh god.
That was it.
Well, he made it to the roof.
Made it to the roof, and then I'm pretty sure they were contemplating shooting each other again. But
Or just jumped. I would have just jumped.
I'm pretty sure it was a long way down because they would have done that if that was the case. I mean, it was a long way down because there was a helicopter that came up from there. So
Yeah.
pretty sure it was It was 8 floors down or 9, because I mean they had to go up another set of stairs to get to the roof. So
Yeah.
probably 9.
But
That would have been a rough drop.
so they would have died. So it'd be fine.
No, because the helicopter got there.
I
And it's
mean,
a happy
oh my god!
ending.
If they planned to jump right as the helicopter was arriving and then it shreds them,
It would have been easy, especially with it head first. It would have been short and
it would
sweet.
destroy the helicopter and they would have died too.
They wouldn't destroy the helicopter.
I think so. Anyway,
Those blades are strong.
okay,
Now, if they would have hit like the rotary,
that's what I'm saying.
like the main part, maybe. But if they would have hit like, say, the edge of the blades, no, that fucking no. And it keeps going.
And he's like, oh, what was that?
It's raining pink mist
Yay!
with shoes.
And the guy's like, it's so pretty.
Until they get an ear in their face.
Oh my god, what is it? Ah! Oh my god, that was funny.
Oh, Jesus. But at least they waited. They didn't kill each other. And then, bam. But social media came in clutch. And they started saving people because there were social media posts. Because the internet finally started to slowly come back up.
Yeah.
So, actually, one movie I did not expect to be like a happy ending. I thought like she was gonna be like, "Oh, please shoot me. We're still human." And then, but he was aiming for a heart, which would not.
Come on,
she
another
still
brain
would've
cell lost.
turned.
Like he's at now at like 3 brain cells.
He never aimed at her head. He was aiming at her heart.
But he was struggling,
So-
and it was good that he had to he took a moment, because if it was me, I would have just been like, boom, okay.
Yeah, good thing he did take a moment. I wouldn't have done it. I'm not gonna go the easy way out. Just fucking wait. If the zombies break in, fight off who you can, and if not, then like save the gun until it's like
Absolutely, yeah.
last resort. Like zombies are fucking 20 of them are in there, and you can't fight them all off. Just bang bang, done.
All right, what's your score?
I mean, I want to give it a 10, but fucking June, man. Gosh almighty. Kim at least she was on
badass.
it.
She was on it.
But
She was on her shit.
June, God bless. I'm just going to give it an 8. I'm going to give it an 8.
Oh, we agree. I was going to give it an 8.
He needs to be more manly and hardcore.
But he's not. He's a gamer, so you can't expect that from people.
You can. Jeez Louise. He just man, I'm so frustrated with him. But, I mean, overall it was good. But, I mean, he just ruined it.
I'm sorry he ruined it for
He
you. He
ruined
was the
it.
main character.
He ruined it.
Oh my god, it's like hating Elsa from Frozen.
He was such a pansy ass.
All right. That was great. What's our topic for the day?
Fuck, I don't know. What is it?
It's your topic.
Oh, I don't even have a topic.
Oh yeah, he does. I know what it is.
I do?
Yeah, you circled it. If you could change one thing in history, what would you change?
Oh, if you can erase one event from history. Oh, yeah. I remember. Which one would you erase?
Oh, now after you read the whole sentence before you...
I did not know I picked one. I was like, fuck, I don't know. I thought I didn't name one yet. I was like, yeah, so I was saying I already had 2. I have not thought about this yet, so I still got 2.
We only get 2. 1 or 2, you said.
Oh, okay, I thought it was going to be 3. Well, what's your one, since it's my topic?
My first one would be probably like the Holocaust.
Okay, so that was mine.
Really?
Boy, yeah.
I don't know. That's just like, I would probably do the Holocaust because that was like too soups unnecessary.
Yeah, it was way unnecessary.
Oh crap! I have another one. I probably could come up with like a million.
We'll come up with another one. So yeah, the Holocaust we both agree on, and then I guess this is because it's not really an event because it's like it was a long drawn on event, I guess, but like slavery.
I was gonna say slavery too.
I don't know necessarily like the dates of when it actually started and the dates that it kind of ended, but
freaking British used to go to Africa and steal people.
Yeah, I don't know the whole
Sorry,
dates.
I'm talking to Arrow as I do
do
this, and he's wagging his tail.
I don't know all my history, but yeah, slavery would definitely be one of the event erases. I mean, but the thing is, like, having these erased, like, I wonder
what would happen.
Because there's always like what is a butterfly effect, like, because I know in movies it's like, oh well, you can't like meet up with your future or past self because that's gonna like destroy the whole line of blah blah blah. Like you can't tell each other anything, so it's like
there was an episode I think of Family Guy where they're in Germany and they're like, oh, they skipped over like a bunch of dates for World War II, and they're like, what about this? And the German tour guide is like, that never happened.
There was some episodes that were on last night where you were asleep that I was watching. I haven't seen them. It was like when Stewie makes that little shrink ray because Brian was being like making fun of how short he was, he like shrank him. And then Brian, dummy, hit the tiny button instead of the big tiny button. I think he hit the big button that was tiny instead of the small one. Yeah. So they end up going microscopic. And I was just like, Jesus, that's rough. But yeah.
So we have to think of a different one that doesn't match because we both have the same.
Yeah, we both have the same one.
So I have one that you probably won't do.
What?
The invention of the atomic bomb.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because I know that the atomic bomb did end World War II by bombing Hiroshima.
Hiroshima.
However you pronounce it. I hear
Hiroshima.
From Hiroshima.
Hiroshima?
Sure. So
Hiroshima? That's not what I said.
And take a shot.
So we have Arrow and Fifi playing. So they haven't played. They didn't play last time, or I think the time before that. So y'all got to take a shot.
Yay!
I think you should take two, just because they're playing again.
There you go. So the atomic bomb, because I think it was. I'm really bad with war history and shit like that.
So am I.
I want to say Albert Einstein made it, right?
I think he helped. Yeah.
Because he had that idea and he brought it to, because he's German, and he brought it to German head people, and they were like, go fuck yourself kind of thing. And so he's like, fine, I'm going to go to America and give it to the prez. And so he did, and it constructed this huge
A-bomb.
Yeah.
A-bomb. I mean, that's a good one. I like that one.
Because then because then we would have a lot less nuclear war.
Yeah, because it would be, it would have been invented eventually, but just not then.
Maybe we can not use it.
Let's see, what else? I can't think of one right now, and I don't want to be like, I can't think of one. I mean, I think those are
really good.
Those are really good ones. Like
those are very worried, like death, circled.
I mean, there's not really. I mean, of course, there's other like events in history that I erase, but
like all war.
Yeah, let's just say all war just be demolished. We want world peace and happiness. Ooh, I kind of know one. I mean, I don't know how humans would be, but this is kind of like a religious thing. The Adam and Eve thing.
I was thinking about that too, because if they didn't eat the fucking apple, then we would still be in paradise.
Yeah, I wonder what the paradise would be like, or how.
No, we would have fucked it up anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like we would fuck it up.
Like 5 minutes later, we would have done something and fucked it up. So.
And Adam's like, "No, I'm hungry. I want that goddamn apple."
Yeah, but I'm just gonna say that one. That's my third one, I guess. That's my off.
I like how we had two of the same, and I thought of the Adam and Eve one too, because I was like, that could just go back to history.
Right. Let's just do that. So I think those are good. Well, I was gonna say 6, but it's technically
like 4.
4. Because we had 2 of the same ones, and then you had one, I had one. So but 3. No, 4.
My toes are cold while I worm it with your fat body.
So, Yeah, this is another long one, peeps. Sorry.
I didn't realize how long that was, but let us know what events you would erase from history. You can email us at inforthenightpodcast. Well, no. You can email us at inforthenight69@gmail.com or go to our website, inforthenightpodcast.com. And you can let us know. Also, you can always ask advice. So if you need help with advice, please do so. But we need to tell what we're doing next episode.
We do.
What is your movie, babe? It's your choice.
So my movie choice is finally our agreed upon favorite. Drum roll, please. Deadpool.
You forgot for a
No,
second.
I just don't. Should we just do the first one? Yeah, we'll just do the first one.
So
Deadpool
first one,
Uno.
Deadpool numero uno is going to be on Amazon Prime. Definitely is on Redbox. Definitely is in pretty much a lot of other things. So
Yeah, it's
just take a look.
Movie,
I believe it could potentially be on Netflix. Maybe.
I don't know.
Hulu. Maybe Hulu.
It's definitely on Amazon Prime, but you can check to see if it's on Netflix.
But it is on Amazon Prime, so
Yeah.
definitely do that. Give me 2 seconds and I'll tell you. 2 seconds and I'll tell you. So Amazon Prime, Freevee, Disney Plus, Hulu, Sling TV, YouTube, Vudu. Yeah, that's a lot.
So it's on quite a few.
It is. So do you want to know my topic?
What is your topic, Mom?
My topic is, if you could surprise your future self, what would you do for yourself?
Oh, shit. Okay, then.
Isn't that fun?
I mean, I'm going to have to think on that one.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's something like if you could secretly buy yourself a gift, what would you do? Or what would you do for yourself? Or what kind of day would you plan?
Fuck if I know. Yeah, I'm going to think on that one.
But it's a fun one. I like it. It's not scary.
It's not.
All right. Well, that is our episode, people. Remember, email us inforthenight69@gmail.com, and you can also reach us at inforthenightpodcast.com. You can also check out our merch on our merch site, which there is a link in our website, as well as our Patreon page. So if you like us and are wanting to help donate to the cause, because these fucking dogs are expensive as hell, we will get them treats and we will feed them and videotape it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're, oh my God, one of them farted. All right, well, we are going to let you go. We hope we gave you a reason to stay in for the night. What up?
Until next time, peace out.